Hello and welcome to the first round of the 2017 DMAX Inter-Heats Championship, where this is going to be, certainly for me, one of the most exciting championships this year. The calendar is absolutely awesome. For me, it's the best calendar on the arrive and drive scene. I don't think anyone has been able to argue with that. We've got another packed grid in the heats. Almost 20 drivers, I think, entered. Let's take a look at my ones to watch. Welcome to my ones to watch then for the Inter-Heats, and the first heat of the season. It was Bobby Trunley, well done Bobby, versus Chris Hackworth, well done Chris as well. What a first heat that was. They were toe to toe for the whole race. Bobby eventually just nicked it. That is a sign of things to come this season. Let's not wait any longer, let's go and see what happens in the final.
So in we go then to the first of the Daytona DMAX Inter-Heats Grand Finals of the 2017 Daytona DMAX Championships. It's been a good day at the office so far for Bobby Trunley. 2 wins and a second position after some impressive work in the heats puts him on pole position in front of Chris Alcock, with Mike Coppin and Chris Hackworth on the second row, Eastwood and Curtis, Purton and Ellis, Hucknall and Dulco, Nesbitt and Stephen, Senior and Zander Mahoney down in 14th position, Lee Carey, David Martin, Mark Brand, James Browning and Joe Phillips. It's a very talented grid, this one, but so far the form is in here at Daytona Milton Keynes. Chris, you've got to say Bobby Trunley is the man to beat.
He is indeed. He's looked absolutely unstoppable. 2 wins and a second throughout the heats, but Chris Alcock's alongside him on the front row. Mike Coppin, as you said, has been very quick as well. He starts on the inside of row 2. Chris Hackworth returning after a year out, up from the lights. He's won over 10 championships in DMAX, and everyone's excited to see Hackworth back and are looking forward to seeing what he can do. The question is, can anyone keep up with Bobby Trunley? Can anyone challenge him for the win in this final?
Well, it's all going to be about that start, so let's see how it all kicks off. Trunley and Alcock, Coppin and Hackworth, Eastwood and Curtis, Purton and Ellis, Hucknall and Dulco, Nesbitt, Stevens, Senior, Mahoney, Carey, Martin, Brand, Browning and Phillips. The grid looks absolutely perfect as they come out of the final corner. The first grand final of 2017 Daytona DMAX in the heats is go, go, go! And it's a great start from Trunley at the front. Coppin's not got the greatest of getaways. He slots into 3rd position behind Chris Alcock. Looks like a good start too from Hackworth. Does it, or is he going to lose the place? He's going to struggle to hang on to 4th position on the way through to turn 4. He's got some challenge there from Tom Eastwood up the inside. Has Eastwood got Hackworth? I think he has. So Hackworth's dropped back to 5th. No, he hasn't. Round the outside, Hackworth manages to get the place back, and Eastwood is now struggling to cope as he hangs on to 5th position. But Trunley is away clear in front of Alcock and Coppin.
Yeah, the top 3 away then. Hackworth doing a good job to hold on to his 4th place, but already Chris Alcock struggling to hold on to Bobby Trunley, who looks very quick in the early stages. Mike Coppin doing a good job to hold on to his 3rd place and stay with them. They now head through turn 8, very even through there. Hackworth trying to close in on Mike Coppin, and it is 2 groups of 2 then as they come down towards turn 9. It's Trunley and Alcock for the lead, and then for 3rd place Coppin and Hackworth.
No drama, no worries at the moment at the front as Bobby Trunley slots himself into that customary 1st position. We've seen him in all but one of the races so far in the whole of the day, and that's including the Enduros as well. Trunley leads it, Alcock in 2nd position from Coppin, Hackworth. Eastwood is no longer in 5th position. Curtis has got by. Ellis in 7th from Hucknall, Dulco, Nesbitt, Stephen, Mahoney, Purton, Senior, Martin, Carey, Brand now in 17th ahead of Phillips and Browning. And as they go through the second lap on the Daytona Milton Keynes circuit, there's still a good chance here that Trunley could get overturned by Chris Alcock, but if anybody's going to get that stopped, it's Bobby Trunley.
That's it. His lead was 0.6 of a second as they came across the line, and well, that looks to be extending. That looks to be at least 0.8, 0.9, if not 1 second then as they make their way down towards turn 8 a second time. We'll watch them go through there. Looks like they've all had a pretty good run. Hackworth trying to close in on Coppin. If anything, Coppin looks like he's closing in on Chris Alcock then. Through turn 9 and into turn 10. And we'll bring you the gaps as they cross the line next time.
Well, Pete Ellis looks like he's gone up the inside of Eastwood there in the battle for 6th position. Ellis makes the move to go up into the top 6, so Eastwood drops back into 7th position. The 8th place battle is a good scrap as well. George Hucknall and Anatoly Dulco up the inside. That looks like Hucknall making the move. Is it on the inside? He's got there. So Anatoly Dulco is going to have to try and race him for the line. And it looks to me as though Hucknall's just got there. 0.079 in front, and Hucknall holds the place. So a good run there for George Hucknall. But Trunley leads the way. Still Alcock, Coppin and Hackworth in pursuit. Fifth position, Alan Curtis trying to give chase. Pete Ellis, having got past Eastwood, is no trouble. Hucknall, Dulco and Nesbitt rounding out the top 10 in front of Zander Mahoney, who's on the comeback charge.
Bobby Trunley 4/10ths quicker than anyone. He was 8/10ths quicker than Chris Alcock. The gap between the two of them 1.3 seconds. It's a further 9/10ths back to Mike Coppin and 1.2 seconds back to Chris Hackworth. So fairly spread out in terms of our top four. But further back, as you said, Pete Ellis on the move. Next on his list will be Alan Curtis, who is just ahead of him as they make their way now down towards the last few corners. And Pete Ellis doing a good job there, actually, to get up the orders. Zander Mahoney's in a good battle, coming up towards the last corner now.
Yeah, that's
we've got some side-by-side action
that looks
ahead
like
of him.
Dulco and Nesbitt going to battle, and I think Dulco's going to hang on to that one just in front of Nesbitt, but that's going to hold up Mahoney, and on the inside is going to come David Stephen to the inside line. Can Stephen get through?
It's Purton.
No. Yeah, sorry, it is Purton, you're right. Purton has got himself up past David Martin, so John Purton is now hassling the back of Zander Mahoney. Is there going to be a chance to get through? No, Mahoney has shut the door beautifully there. So it's not going to be too much of a problem. He's going to hang on to that position. And here comes the leader up and over the crest once again. It's going to be Bobby Trunley leading the way comfortably out in front of the rest of the field. Although the fastest lap of the race has gone to Chris Alcock.
Chris Alcock has responded to the pace of Bobby Trunley. 66.481 for Chris Alcock then as they come down towards turn 9 for the fourth time. Bobby Trunley won't know this, but Chris Alcock is closing in ever so slightly. Through turn 9 they go now, through turn 10, sorry. Coppin now, is he being caught by Chris Hackworth? Yes, the gap is down to 1.1 seconds. Let's see what it is when they come across the line next time. Well, another fastest lap for Alcock, another 2/10ths taken out of the lead for Bobby Trunley, gap down to 1.2, and Hackworth has closed in on Coppin, that gap down to 1 second.
Well, further back we've still got this tasty run between these four karts as Stephen, Nesbitt, Mahoney and Purton are scrapping away, with David Stephen at the front of the chase. Nesbitt, Mahoney and Purton all scrapping away. Purton has a look at Zander Mahoney. Mahoney shuts the door nicely, then gets after towards Nesbitt and hopes that he might be able to make a move through turn 4. He can't quite get there. Great scrap of driving this, and also in that little mix we've got two more joining the party as David Martin and Philip Senior join the train as well. It's going to be a very close battle between these six throughout the entirety of. I can't really see these guys falling away from each other. It's going to be a very close battle all the way to the death. Up and over the crest, and it is still Trundley from Alcock, but Alcock is gaining ground on Bobby Trundley.
He is, and Hackworth closing in on Coppin as well. From a mutual point of view, you'd love to see Chris Alcock turn this into a fight, but Bobby Trunley, the form he's been on today, wouldn't be surprised if Alcock failed to do that.
Let's look at the times again. A 1:05.9 from both of them. Trundley fractionally quicker at this time.
Although Hackworth's gone quicker than anyone. 65.891 for Hackworth. Then look at Zander Mahoney almost on the grass.
LA up the inside, he has to go for the move on Nesbitt because he's got pressure from Purton behind. Purton's going to try and go through on the inside. 3 wide to the first corner. Can Purton hold it on the inside of Zander Mahoney? No, and that's going to bring Martin and Senior into the battle as well. Martin goes up the inside, he can't get the move done. That was very close quarters racing indeed.
Was indeed, and well, you say that, is that Martin and Senior dropping down the order? Or they are catching. No, there they are. They're right there, aren't they?
Thereabouts.
2/10ths and 3/10ths back. So
very close indeed.
Very, very
close. Continue to squabble away over the position. In fact, if anything, David Martin is now sniffing an opportunity to get back past Jonathan Purton.
I think we're close for third, Jake. Sorry.
We are close for third, yes, because now we've got Hackworth right on the back of Mike Coppin, having just set the fastest lap. Hackworth is stealing an opportunity to get onto the tail of Mike Coppin, and Coppin knows it. He's got a long way on the curbs. This could be a chance
he's
for
defending.
Coppin having to defend to the inside line. Hackworth could get a good run off the turn. Coppin is still there with him. Hackworth's going to get the inside line. Does he know he slots back into position? But Coppin gets a big high side of the curve into turn 2. He waits for Coppin to make another mistake through turn 2, through turn 3. Hackworth could go for it into turn 4, but Coppin holds the inside line. He's going to skid out wide, but he manages to cover the line perfectly. So Hackworth still squabbling all over the back of Mike Coppin in the hope that he can get through into the top 3.
Alan Curtis is the next along. He's 2.3 seconds back. He's just done a personal best. He was half a second quicker than Mike Coppin. He will be hoping this battling continues.
Sorry, 3 wide into turn 4. That's Nesbitt holding off the intentions of Zander Mahoney as best as he can, but he can't get there, and we're still 3 or 4 karts in the squabble.
Mahoney's not at the front.
They're on the inside, but Mahoney's at the front of the queue. Nesbitt getting the second position there, and that means we've got the likes of Purton, Martin and Senior all trying to get in the battle. David Stephen has disappeared from these guys now. And now we've got Hackworth right on the gearbox of Coppin, and as they do that, Curtis is getting onto the back of both of them. They're holding each other up here, and this is giving Alan Curtis a great chance to go for them.
He's getting a lot closer, isn't he? Alcock did the quickest lap last time round, 65.6.
Watch Curtis, he's the danger man here in 5th position as once again Coppin defends to the inside line. Hackworth can't get through, but Curtis is catching both of them. This is going to be a great run up to turn 2, and trying again, they tighten up once more. Hackworth's going to try and dive for the inside line. No, he can't get there. Curtis can't quite get close enough to make the move, but those 3 drivers absolutely squabbling. And meanwhile, fastest lap of the race for Chris Alcock. He gets the gap between himself and Truntley down to a second.
1 second, yep.
Oh, here we go. Curtis is going to try and make the move on the inside as Hackworth makes the same move on Coppin through turn 6. And I think he's made it through to 3rd position, but Coppin's going to do that trademark
back out of him.
Yes, he's done that all day. He holds it around the outside, gets the inside line for turn 7 and hangs on to the place. But Hackworth has now got Curtis breathing down his neck. That's going to be really close.
Well, we're just watching him now go through turn 8, and I think it's as you were, isn't it? There's been no changes down there.
Yes, but because Coppin held the inside line, Hackworth's had to back down, and now he's
Curtis,
Curtis is 4th. Curtis is 4th position.
Watch Curtis into the penultimate hairpin. He's going to have a go up the inside, is he? Well,
go too early for that. He doesn't want to go ugly early, but now he's got a good run because Coppin has gone a little bit deep, so Coppin can go to the inside. Oh my goodness, Curtis is going to try and hold this right round the outside. He holds the place, but he's got a great run off the turn. He could have a good chance here into turn 2 on Coppin, but Hackworth is going to challenge him once more.
Pete Ellis is coming for the 3 of them, isn't he?
Absolutely.
And he's bringing George Hucknall.
George Hucknall's coming too, and he's just set his personal best.
65.9.
What if we have a 5-way scrap for the final step of the podium? We could
Oh,
have
we
that.
will. Definitely. I can't see Coppin being able to break away here. He's having to defend a lot.
Hackworth tries again on Curtis. It's a late lunge, but I don't think he'll hold that. Curtis is going to be able to hold it round the outside. Is he? Yes, he does. So Curtis hangs on to 4th position.
And Pete Ellis is now, he's pretty much there, isn't he?
It's a 4-way scrap. It's about to become a 5-way scrap when George Hucknall gets there. Look at the leaders. Truntley and Alcock.
Oh, wow.
That was down to 9/10 of a second. It's a lot less than that now. I'd say it's half a second.
He's absolutely flying, isn't he, Chris Alcock? And jumping in the seat there, he knows he's caught Bobby Truntley. So, well, where do we watch? I'll keep an eye on the leaders. You keep an eye on 3rd.
You keep an eye on 1st and 2nd. I'll keep an eye on 3rd and 4th and 5th and 6th and 7th. Here they come again as Hackworth tries one more time to banzai the inside. But it's a big lunge in 6th position as Ellis goes for Hackworth, and that could open the door for Hucknall as well. Hackworth is going to get there. Ellis lets him go because he realises there was contact, but he's going to have to struggle because Hucknall's trying to come past him. He doesn't let him go through. That was a big wobble there from the top 5 with Alcock now breathing down the neck of Truntley. He's just taken 0.4 of a second out of him. Alcock's done a 1:05.5.
Well, good driving there by Pete Ellis. Knew he made a little bit of contact, so he let Hackworth back through, and that may have even saved him a penalty of some sort. But now he's going to lose a place. Pete Ellis to George Hucknall. Chris Alcock did a 65.5 last time, a whole 0.4 quicker than Bobby Truntley. Where are our 2 leaders? They're just coming down towards turn 9 now.
And they've got a slower kart in front of them as well. That's Mark Brand. That could hold them up big time. Mark Brand struggling at the moment. So this is going to be
Bobby Truntley's catching him out of bad time here into the last corner.
This is going to hold him up. This is going to hold him up. He gets out of the way though. But now Alcock is right under the gearbox. Meanwhile, we've got Coppin in front of Curtis, Hackworth, and then of course Ellis and Hucknall. Still there. Hucknall now up to 6th position though in front of Ellis. So Ellis has dropped to 7th position, and we go into the last lap. Here we go. It's Alcock versus Truntley for the victory. They come out of turn 4 on the run down to turn 5. Alcock is close to Truntley, but can he defend through the right-hander? He gets a good exit, then he should be fine to turn 6. At the moment, he's doing the best he can, but there's very little to choose between them in terms of lap time at the moment.
Alcock was 0.2 quicker last time. It was 0.3 the gap at the line down towards turn 8. I think Bobby Truntley may just have the edge on Alcock here.
Well, we're not done for 3rd position either because Coppin is being caught by Curtis, who's being caught by Hackworth, who's being caught by Hucknall, who's being caught by Ellis. The 5 of those are tightening up. There's still line astern, but there's an opportunity. Back over the rise. Truntley's got a bit of space between himself and Alcock. It's going to need to be a brave final corner lunge from Chris Alcock if he's going to beat Bobby Truntley in the first of the Grand Heats. He's too far back. Surely he can't get there. From Alcock's point of view, it would be ridiculous to try. He's never going to make it work. It's Bobby Truntley out of the final turn. Bobby Truntley wins it. Chris Alcock in 2nd and 3rd position. I'm sure it's going to be Coppin unless Curtis gets one final look into the final bend. He's going to try. He's too far back, but he might get a good exit. Coppin's going to hold 3rd. It's going to be Curtis in 4th position in front of Hackworth in 5th position. Hucknall is 6th from Ellis in 7th. Eastwood struggles home for 8th. What an amazing race, and that just sets us up for a a great, fantastic, amazing, stupendous 2017 season in the Inters.
Mike Hoppin, third, but you're under a lot of pressure at the end.
That was just, that was one of the hardest. Thank you, Bobby.
Hey.
That was one of the hardest races I've had in quite a long time. Yeah. My goal today was to beat Chris Hackworth, knowing he was coming up to Inters. I knew Bobby was on fire looking at testing times last night, so my goal was to give Hackworth a bit of a run. And these two disappeared at the start of that last heats final. So once I knew I wasn't going to catch them, it was a case of keeping Hackworth behind me, which I think just about managed. There was one point where I think he edged me. I think coming through turn 7, I managed to get back past and then held him at bay until then. So yeah, it's hard.
And the last lap was pretty tough as well. Just talk us a little bit through that.
I think I had a gap coming through about 5 and 6, and then I made a mistake braking for turn 7, and then felt them on my backside for the whole of the last bit. So I just hugged tight, and I was looking over my shoulder, looking at Alan. I could see him eyeballing me. So I was like, I'm just going to push him to the outside and see if he gets round, and managed just to hold it through the last corner. But I was at a point where I was almost going to be going for a similar conversation to what we had last year with the leg over the line. So yeah.
Solid.
It was good. It was good.
Solid start around the podium. And Chris, now, some of us thought you were out of contention, then all of a sudden, massive turn of pace, and you caught Bobby back up. Did you think you had him?
I honestly did. I thought that was my one and only chance. He's normally so far ahead, but so once I broke third and fourth, I saw that they weren't going to give me any trouble. So right, get my head down, just a lap at a time, keep it going, don't make any mistakes. Slowly clawed him in. I think there was 0.07 of a second between us, and I got the fastest lap and Bobby was second, so there wasn't really a lot between us. It just came down to who made the biggest mistake, and I think that was mine this time. So close, but next time maybe I'll be in his position.
Do you think there was ever a clear opportunity to get past, or do you think that was the best you're ever going to do, sort of second?
I would like to think, had I not made a mistake, I might have been able to make one move. You get one chance in all the racing, you get one chance. I blew it by making a mistake, and to be fair, for last year, having fought Bobby anyway, he's good at defending. I mean, I'll get one chance, but whether I could have made the most of it or not, who knows. But he deserved it. He's drove well all day. So,
well, fair play to Chris, and a very good start. Definitely one to watch this season. But now we'll come to our winner. You can come down, Bobby. Now, Bobby, it was very close. What was your thoughts during the race when you were being caught? First you were comfortable, and then you were caught. Talk us through, your thought process throughout that race.
Well, at the start, I just wanted to try and get the gap, which happened, and let the others squabble, which they did. But when Chris broke away from the pack, he started matching me, and then slowly reeling me in, and I made teeny mistakes, particularly into turn 2 and 3, where I turned in a little bit too early or a little bit too late, and I have to lift out, or little mistakes like that, and he got right on my back. So he really put a lot of pressure on me, and I nearly cracked. So Chris has come a long way from when I first raced him back in 2015, and oh my god, this year is going to be good.
So you can see your championship rivals are going to be Chris and Mike, and plenty of others as well.
Exactly.
The likes of Chris as well, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Chris Hackworth's the one that I was fearing the most, really. But after Heat 1, I felt a lot of respect, because obviously, bloody side by side, and then I just went, oh yeah, you're just going to do the lap to you. Yeah, but brilliant racing, as always, with DMAX.
So as you can see, absolutely fantastic racing as always in DMAX. If you want to get involved, which you should do, visit our website or call this number.